Have you ever heard a sound that didn't belong to this world? A melody that felt like it was watching you. Something delicate, innocent, yet so impossibly wrong that every note feels like a cold breath on your neck. Tonight's story begins with a music box, but not the kind you wind up for comfort. This one winds itself, and once it starts playing, someone else is listening. Welcome back, Night Wanderers. Tonight, we're unraveling the haunting mystery of a spirit trapped inside a music box. A story of obsession, echoes from the past, and a melody that refuses to die. You're about to experience a tale built on whispers, shadows, and a curse that began with a single unfinished song. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some sounds should never be heard. It started with a package on a rainy Thursday afternoon, like all terrible stories do, quietly, without warning. Ellie, a 24-year-old pianist, had ordered a box of old sheet music from an estate sale. She loved antiques, things that carried history, stories, secrets. But when she opened the package, she found something else tucked inside the paper. A small wooden music box, dark walnut, hand-carved, and on the lid an emblem, a crescent moon sliced through by a violin bow. She hadn't ordered it. When she lifted it, it felt warm. Not like wood warmed by sunlight, warm like skin. She tried to open it. The lid wouldn't budge. No latch, no lock, just sealed shut. And then, as she set it down, it played. A soft lullaby drifted out, slow, trembling, like a child humming alone in an empty hallway. Ellie stepped back. No winding, no mechanism. Just a song that played itself in the stillness of her apartment. When the final note faded, she whispered, "Hello? Is someone there?" No answer. But something in the room felt awake. But the strange part came later, when the box opened on its own. For the next few nights, Ellie couldn't sleep. The melody never repeated. It changed, evolved, almost as if the box was learning. At first, it played when the house was silent. Then when she whispered. Then when she breathed. One night, she woke to find the music box sitting on her nightstand. She hadn't put it there. Her bedroom door was still locked. This time when it played, she heard something else underneath the melody. A voice, not words, just a cry. A long, shivering sob woven into the tune. That was when she began searching for answers. She researched the emblem, the estate sale, and finally found the previous owner, a composer named Julian Harrow, who had died under unusual circumstances. Then she found a photograph of Harrow in his studio. On his desk, the same music box, open, but the shadow cast by the lid didn't look like a shadow at all. It looked like a small, curled figure with hands over her ears. She realized some songs aren't made to be heard. They're made to contain something. What happened next changed everything. Ellie brought the music box to her piano. She played the tune she had heard the night before, slowly, carefully, hoping repetition would make it feel less wrong. But as soon as her fingers touched the keys, the box responded. The lid clicked open for the first time. Inside, instead of gears, she found a small handprint burned into the wood, too small to be an adult's, but the fingers were long, unnaturally long. Behind the handprint, a piece of parchment was glued to the base, covered in frantic writing. "Don't finish the song. He is inside. He wakes when the last note plays." The room went cold. Her breath turned white. The lights flickered. A silhouette formed beside the piano, thin, slanted, bending in ways a spine should never go, like a marionette dancing without strings, its head tilted toward the music box. The melody began again, but the box wasn't playing it. The figure was humming. Ellie froze. The figure raised one hand, long, thin, and pointed at the piano sheet. It wanted her to continue. It wanted the last note. But Ellie ran. She fled her apartment, leaving the music box behind. That should have been the end, but cursed objects don't care about distance. They don't care about walls. The melody followed her. In her car, on the street, in the elevator. No source, no direction, just a sound. Mara, her friend, tried to comfort her. She said, "I don't hear anything." That's when Ellie realized the truth. The music wasn't in the air. It was inside her head. Mara watched as Ellie's lips moved silently, as though counting invisible beats. Then Mara heard something else, a soft scrape, wood sliding on countertop. The music box was sitting on her kitchen table. Neither of them had brought it. The lid slowly lifted. Mara screamed. Ellie didn't. She whispered, "He wants to come out." You can run from a place. You can't run from something that rides in your mind. Ellie returned home the next night, not because she wanted to, because the melody had grown unbearable, looping, pressing against her skull. She sat at the piano, hands trembling, eyes hollow. The figure appeared behind her, closer this time. Its reflection showed in the piano lid, a man, or something that had once been a man. His eyes were carved out pits, his mouth twisted into a pleading shape. He wasn't angry, he wasn't vengeful, he was begging. "Finish it," he rasped. Ellie lifted her hands and played the final note, a long, trembling sound. The figure exhaled with relief and collapsed into dust, but the music box didn't stop. It played louder and louder until the lid snapped shut. Then silence. Ellie slumped forward, exhausted, but on the inside of the piano lid, where the reflection had shown the figure, there was now an imprint of Ellie's face, eyes empty, mouth frozen in a silent scream. She wasn't sitting at the piano anymore. She was inside it, and the music box slowly wound itself again, waiting for the next listener. Curses don't end, they simply change hosts. And that is the story of the spirit trapped inside a music box, a melody that never dies. It only chooses a new body to echo through. Some objects aren't cursed, they're hungry. Some songs aren't written, they're imprisoned. And sometimes the most beautiful sounds hide the darkest things. If this story kept you watching, like, comment, and subscribe for more tales that keep you up at night. Tell me, would you dare open a music box that plays by itself? And if you want another nightmare, watch the next video on your screen now. Until then, keep your doors locked, keep your music low, and whatever you do, don't finish the last note.